Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing off the big bad list of weapon switch exploits. Basically these are just little tricks you can use by switching weapons to gain a tiny advantage. Now here you see me pulling off the Criticola switch, which allows you to drink your Criticola and have a secondary at the same time. Now these exploits, I don't think they're that bad. Like, I'd call them fun intentional. I mean, I don't think Valve ever expected anyone to do this with the weapons, but it's not really harmful either. They're just kind of funny things you can do. Here you see me using the Criticola with the Mad Milk for 86, 89 damage heals, which is pretty cool, I guess. And the mini crits exploits continue with the Winger, which isn't quite as useful as the pistol, but I mean, if you're using the Winger for combat, what are you doing anyway? This one's pretty fun. Mad Milk plus Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol. At max damage, you're going to be doing 18 damage per bullet, which is enough to make the black box blush a little bit. Now this one here is actually a lot more useful than it may seem. The Sandman has a really long cooldown on the ball regeneration, but if you have two Sandmans that you're kind of cycling in between, you're able to get a new Sandman ball at pretty much the same rate as a new cleaver, which means you're going to be doing the Sandman cleaver combo a whole lot more often than usual, and you're also able to stun more than one player at once, which is pretty insane. This little exploit here is pretty well known, giving the Engineer's pistol to the Scout, which gives him an enormous ammo pool, like way more ammo than you know what to do with. It was one of the things that I found frustrating while using the mini crit pistol strategy, was that I'd always run out of ammo in the pistol, especially since you can't reload the pistol while you have the critical out, and here you see I have so much ammo that I couldn't even be bothered firing it all out. Moving on, we're going to be passing the Soda Popper's jump buff to all of my other primaries. Now, you see me, they're actually taking full damage. I'm an idiot. I thought I had the atomizer for some reason. Using the atomizer with this is even better because it gives you even more jump power. The only reason I use my scattergun with it here, just because I thought it would look really cool with my current event skin. Using it with the back scatter could be really cheeky too, getting in behind enemies for the extra damage. Now, I have no idea what's going on with the Babyfaces Blaster. It seems like they kind of share a boost meter, but at the same time they kind of don't. I'm not sure if, like, your speed resets on hitting the ground, or if like it just slows down every second jump, or what's going on there. If anyone could explain what's happening with these two weapons, this interaction, I would really appreciate it. And finally, you see the Force of Nature. The extra jumps are really nice for overcoming the self knockback the Force of Nature has. Unfortunately, you aren't granted more opportunities to force jump because of this tactic. It would be cool if you could do it multiple times in midair, but I reckon the extra, 5 or so jumps is enough to make up for it. Now this exploit is pretty well known too, switching the Flog crits onto a flamethrower, which gives you the ability to reflect critical projectiles, which is really neat, and it also passes the regular crits onto your flamethrower too, so it's best of both worlds. This next one can be a bit of a pain to get working, but really effective if you do. You can switch between flare guns to pretty much ignore the reload time. I mean, as soon as you pick them up, they're ready to go. If you're having trouble switching, binding mouse wheel up and down to use action slot is a really awesome way to switch between these weapons quickly. You can do it with the detonator too, and all the other flare guns. It'd be way more effective to be detonating these though, and igniting a whole crowd of people multiple times for multiple mini crits. And using it with the Scorch Shot would amounts to the most annoying long range knockback of all time. I reckon you could have fun with this spamming from some safe location. If you get a good opportunity to do it though. This was really hard to get working in pubs. Maybe kind of the reason why I'm doing this in sort of a presentation format rather than getting actual gameplay. Now for the Man Melter. This actually works really well to overcome the slow firing speed, but because you're not getting any mini crits or crits on burning targets, there's really not too much point. Now I was hoping that the stored crits would be saved between drops, so you could pick up a Man Melter with crits in it. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and they lose all of them. So Man Melter, once again, useless. We wouldn't want to make it useful, would we? Wouldn't want to make it good. You can actually pass on the buff banners even after taking them off. So all the banners, I mean. So you've got the conch, the battalion's backup, the buff, you can use them all with secondary weapons. You can't drop the buff banner and switch between them, so you're going to have to get it from the resupply cabinet, your second weapon, or you're going to have to pick one up off the ground. This one's pretty fun. This is the most useless one on the list, I'd say. You can actually have the base jumper and a secondary weapon at the same time on Soldier if you pick it up off the ground. That's because the base jumper is kind of treated as a condition that's added and removed from the player. As soon as you touch the ground, it's removed. And because you pick up a secondary, it has no reason to get rid of the base jumper condition. It's much more useful on demo, which I'll get to later. That went pretty quick, but basically what this exploit is just getting a bunch of heads with a shield and the Eyelander, then removing your shield for a sticky bomb launcher, and the game still lets you keep your heads, which means that you get to run around at max speed with tons of health as demo and a sticky bomb launcher. Now this one's really fun. I originally found this on SketchX's channel, and they actually patched it. When you it used to be able to do this with the resupply locker, but now you can just do it by picking them up off the ground again, so it looks like this bug's back in the game. You can't, now when you're in this state, you can't put away your base jumper, there's no option to, no matter how much you click Alt Fire. So you're actually stuck like this until you touch the ground, but having 2 stickies makes it ultra easier to stay in the air forever. And this is a really cool way on maps with high skyboxes to take out sentries and unaware players like snipers and stuff. And you can also pick up ammo again, which was one of the most annoying things when you run out of ammo. You don't have any weapons in midair, but not an issue. Just put down 2 stickies and you're ready to go. And last but not least, I've received a ton of comments about this one. Pretty simple. Just pull out your eternal reward while you're disguising from another knife, and you're able to use that disguise with your eternal reward. So pretty much the biggest downside of the weapon eliminated, which makes it excellent for taking out NGs which are behind buildings, because your eternal reward was always the best stab and sap weapon, but getting that first kill can be a bit of trouble. Wait, I actually left out the most important one, so if you stayed to the end, lucky you. Picking up another medigun as a medic with its full uber charge is the most awesome thing you can do in the whole game. So if you see any little mediguns on the floor as medic, feel free to pick them up and check them out.